While the U.S. House advances articles of impeachment to a committee to investigate, and that's being against President Joe Biden, you've got his son, Hunter Biden, facing some challenges himself in court. He'll have to be in court July 26th to face, tax and gun charges. But people saying it's a slap on the wrists. He's not going to serve any prison time. And it does not go into all of the other allegations there are, like, for instance, Biden's tax fraud investigation being hindered by the IRS and the Department of Justice, according to an IRS whistleblower. So this is obviously a soap opera of sorts, but something I think is rather important. And if you look at some of the stories that are coming out, one of them has a headline. Hunter Biden says in a WhatsApp message to a Chinese businessman, "I am sitting here with my father." And the allegation here, and we'll look at this from the Daily Mail, they quote this WhatsApp message in a graphic. They say, "I'm sitting here with my father, and we would like to understand why the commitment made has not been fulfilled. Tell the director that I would like to resolve this now before it gets out of hand, and now means tonight. And Z, if I get a call or text from anyone involved in the other than you, Zhang, or the chairman, I will make certain that between the man sitting next to me and every person he knows and my ability to forever hold a grudge, that you will regret not following my direction. I am sitting here waiting for the call with my father." So again, that's pretty alarming, especially when the president, asked about his son's business dealings, says he doesn't know anything about his son's business dealings. Well, there's been a lot of things coming out as of late that seem to indicate that is lacking candor as a collegial way of saying lying. So let's hear from a news conference, Representative Jason Smith. He unveils a lot of detail about the whistleblower that members of Congress have in front of them. A couple of whistleblowers. This is a little lengthy, but I think it's important to listen to.
I want to thank you all for coming. I can now confirm that we have credible whistleblower testimony alleging misconduct and government abuse that is resulting in preferential treatment for the president's son, Hunter Biden. Mr. Biden has been under investigation for tax crimes that include evading taxes on income from foreign sources. Only the Ways and Means Committee has the ability to report this information legally to the full House of Representatives and thereby make it known to the American public. Doing so is an important step in preventing future misconduct, encouraging other whistleblowers to come forward, and considering possible future legislative reforms. As I mentioned in my remarks before the executive session, there are 3 areas of focus in the transcripts of interviews with whistleblowers. Number 1, the federal government is not treating taxpayers equally when enforcing tax laws. Number 2, whistleblowers claim the Biden Department of Justice is intervening and overstepping when it comes to the investigation of the president's son. And number 3, these whistleblowers report they have faced almost immediate retaliation. Let me provide detail. On number 1, not 1, but 2 IRS employees are blowing the whistle with evidence that the federal government is not treating taxpayers equally when enforcing tax laws. The whistleblowers were working on an investigation into Hunter Biden that opened in November of 2018 as an offshoot of a separate corporate investigation by the IRS. Let me emphasize, this was an investigation in the ordinary course of work at the IRS. It was not ordered by any individual, any chairman, or any political entity. The testimony we released today shows the IRS recommended charges against Hunter Biden that included attempt to evade or defeat tax, a felony, fraud or false statements, a felony, and willful failure to file returns, supply information, or pay tax. These tax crimes cover an estimated $2.2 million in unreported tax on global income streams to Mr. Biden and his associates from Ukraine, Romania, and China, totaling $17.3 million from 2014 to 2019. Mr. Biden personally received $8.3 million. Whistleblowers detail foreign payments to Mr. Biden, including $664,000 from the Chinese company State Energy HK.
So it goes on from there, and just some of the other aspects of this with the testimony that House Republicans released from these whistleblowers. One, an IRS agent detailed what they called a pattern of slow-walking investigations and denying enforcement actions months before elections, but it's unclear whether the conflict they described amounts to internal disagreements, according to one report. Another round of testimony from a second whistleblower who asked the committee to remain secret, described his persistent frustrations with the way the Hunter Biden case was handled dating back to the Trump administration under Attorney General William Barr. The individual said that he was taken off the investigation in October 2022 and informed of the decision by officials at the IRS, but believes his removal was actually ordered by officials in the Justice Department. So again, you've got what appears to be disparate treatment for individuals by the Department of Justice, and something I think that we're hearing more and more of, this kind of two-tiered system. Some may even say a three-tiered system, and the lack of true nonpartisan justice being leveled out. And let's just again hear a little bit more here.
This was a campaign of delay, divulge, and deny. Whistleblowers say reoccurring unjustified delays pervaded the investigation, including authenticating a WhatsApp message in which Hunter Biden demands payment from Chinese officials, noting that his father is in the room. The whistleblowers revealed IRS investigators were told by U.S. Attorney Leslie Wolf that because the evidence would be found in the guest house of former Vice President Biden, quote, there is no way, close quotes, a search warrant for evidence would ever get approved. IRS whistleblowers told this committee that crucial information about the investigation was divulged to Hunter Biden's attorneys. For example, even an investigators had probable cause to search a Northern Virginia storage unit in which Hunter Biden had stored files.
That's pretty incredible, tipping them off about investigations and searches, and at least those are the allegations here. Now, what happens from here, who knows? We've got a divided Congress and a Department of Justice that's under the guise of Hunter Biden's dad, Joe Biden, the president of the United States. And if this type of stuff happened during the Trump administration with Trump's children, you got to think about the double standard there as well, because this would have been wall-to-wall coverage, plastered on the front page of every major newspaper. And, well, quite frankly, we're just not seeing that. This story was actually buried in page, 12 or something of the local State Journal Register about the Republicans releasing whistleblower testimony about Hunter Biden. So interesting. And we'll watch that closer as we see what matriculates out of there. But obviously something very alarming when it comes to what exactly is behind the substance of the whistleblower testimony.